Hello again folks, sorry there's no lefty corner in this video. The reason being this is a quickie because there's something I saw on Twitter yesterday that completely blew my mind and I need to talk about it. Right, as some of you know, I was kicked off Twitter 2 years ago or a year ago now, simply because of wrongthink. I dared to challenge a disgusting group on there that advocated sex with children, paedophiles, sick individuals in our society who seem to be getting away with stuff like this, and it's wrong. So I called them out. Next thing you know, my account's suspended, go figure. And worst of all, these paedophiles, this group is still on there. Obviously my account's suspended, but I can still look around. I can't interact, like, share or do anything, but this group's still there and they're being helped and fawned over and pitied by people, Twitter users, the hysterical Twitter mob who are mainly on the left. You know, these bleeding heart types who will sell vulnerable members of society down the river in order to appease things like multiculturalism and diversity and inclusivity and political correct nonsense. You know the types. So anyway, there's a former Conservative minister called Amber Gill. Amber Gill is thick as mince. Every time she goes on the radio or she writes something on social media, she gets owned immediately and she hardly ever replies because, you know, when you're thick as mince, what can you do? And she has a daughter called Flora Gill. Now, Flora Gill is a journalist, a London-based journalist. Now, London, it's a bubble. They're completely out of touch with reality, common sense, decency, anything that's patriotically British, and they're completely out of touch with the normal people and the rest of this fantastic island of ours, and that's how they roll. You know, they're their own, they do their own thing. London might as well be a different fucking planet, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, I saw Flora Gill was trending on Twitter, so I popped over, and you know when you see something and you're like taken so aback that you do this face? That's what I did, and I'm sure many people did as well. And thankfully, there are still some decent people on Twitter. They're not all far left-wing extremists who wish to deplatform Biden's in them, people with common sense and conservative views and have them killed and murdered and hated and doxed. There are some decent people still on there, thank God. And they flagged up this tweet that Flora Gill wrote. Now, I'm going to read it out. Obviously, these are Flora Gill's words for the YouTube algorithm. This isn't me, or anyone decent wouldn't write this kind of thing or even think it for that reason, especially if you've got kids. My God. Anyway, here it is. This is what she wrote. Someone needs to create porn for children. Hear me out. Young teens are already watching porn, but they're finding hardcore, aggressive videos that need a terrible view. That give a terrible view of sex. They need entry-level porn, a softcore site where everyone asks for consent and no one gets choked, etc. Exactly, that's what I said. He was speechless. I thought, my God. Anyway, that tweet was up for over 24 hours and she deleted it herself because decent people on Twitter, yes they do exist, piled on and gave her what for. Well, there's no other way of saying this, but showing anyone under 18 any pornography is a form of non-contact child abuse. It is child abuse. These people, these out-of-touch metropolitan elite wankoids who have got more money than common sense, they want to give your kids porn. They want to sexualise your children. Now, I think the only people in society who need to be protected are biological women, children, the old, infirm, and the mentally ill. And that's it. But, Jesus. But her family, all right, they're weird. All right, obviously when you're this wealthy, this higher upper class, I mean, her mum is Amber Gill, and I've said about her father was A. Gill, he's died now, but he was a critic and he had some choice words about Wales, other things, and people didn't like him for what he said, but the guy was a complete and utter snob. Another one completely out of touch with common people, and I'm not sure about decency, but you know. So when you're the offspring of such people, you kind of take on their stupidity, I think. Yeah, stupidity. I mean, that is fucking stupid what she said. So she deleted it, and she wrote this, apropos of nothing, I really think if someone quickly deletes a tweet, it shouldn't be screenshotted and shared, like, just let it die, you know. No one else agree? So she didn't let the fact that people were piling on, decent people were piling onto her for her disgusting tweet. Our children should be watching porn. I mean, my God. My God. You see, left-wing people, instead of piling on to conservatives and getting them deplatformed and doxed for having conservative, decent views, these are the people you really should be piling onto. And, you know, fucking hell, shit. I mean, I'm just a guy who loves his country, loves the union. I don't wish harm. I don't dislike other people for the colour of their skin, their sexuality, nothing like that. I believe in free speech, even yours, democracy, you know, freedom of expression, opinion. And you want to silence me because I make you angry. And, ooh, I like Trump and Thatcher and Britishness and all that lovely stuff. Yeah, I don't see any lefties going on social media and making a campaign to deplatform paedophiles. There's plenty of them on Twitter. It's disgusting. If you channeled your energy into removing that filth, the world will be a far better place. And then when you grow up and get a set of balls in the spine, then talk decently to conservatives and we can work something out, you know, proper politics, proper debates. Anyway, so she tweeted something else, and this was a photo of her brother. This was before all this giving kids porn nonsense, and it was a picture of her brother, and she said, if anyone has a special occasion coming up, like a birthday or an anniversary, my brother makes great cakes, thumbs up. And there's a picture of her brother with the cake he's baked, and it's a picture of a cock. These fucking people, my God. I am struggling for words to describe this nonsense, I really am, but it should be brought to your attention. So anyway, Flora Gill, Biden syndrome, tweeted another thing in response to the shit she was getting, and rightly so. She said, absolutely not getting swept up into another Twitter cesspool. Twitter cesspool. You won't introduce kids, you want to introduce porn to kids, and you think decent people calling out and stuff you shouldn't be doing is a cesspool. My God. So deleted tweet before it picks up steam. It has picked up steam big time. Barbra Streisand effect. Obviously not an actual solution, but it's a real problem. Everyone take a deep breath. All right, if you've got a smartphone, if you're a bloke, if you're lonely, if you're a kid with a smartphone, obviously you gotta look at porn, aren't you? It happens, all right? You look at porn, everyone does it. It's that kind of thing. But to introduce a program where you want kids to look at entry-level porn, I'll leave it to you in the comments on what to say. I'm completely against it, obviously. I can imagine that 99.9% of my subs and the people who watch this would be completely against it. Now, obviously, I appreciate people sharing, thumbs up, commenting, whatsoever. But you think for yourself now, why would you give this video I've done a thumbs down? Think about that. Is it because I'm a conservative? Or is it because I am against children of any age, under 18, watching porn? What do you think? Think about that for a minute. I know I will get at least one thumbs down for this video, and I know it is, and it'll be, you know, it's just generic now. Doesn't mean nothing. But you think for yourselves, all right? Why would you dislike this video, what I'm doing? If you're a left-winger, you're a parent, you got kids, you detest me anyway, because I'm a conservative, you know. Think about that. Think about it. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Please comment, share, subscribe. And thank you to everyone who's bought me a beer, supporting my channel, supporting a great cause, pissing off the lefties. I will get round this week to thanking each and every one of you on that Buy Me a Beer app. I will do that myself personally. So thank you very much. And if you want to support me, then links down below. Anyway, that's it. Until the next one, Roger Trout.